Welcome to Manhattan, Kansas, the Little Apple, where they have taken a large bite out of college football. The man for whom the stadium is named, Bill Snyder, built this program from the losingest in the history of college football to a formidable foe and home of the Kansas State Wildcats. As we wind our way toward the end of another college football season, one of the grand traditions is paying tribute and respect to those who have just poured their souls into the success of this program and honor the seniors on Senior Day. As we'll see a squad from the Big 12, the Ole Miss Rebels, taking on the 13th ranked team in the land, the Kansas State Wildcats. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, joined here in the booth, as always, by David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. Guys, let's tee this one up. No return coming. He'll call for the fair catch. The offense lining up for a first down play. Use the play fake, now to throw. Got his man quickly. And there's going to be a loss on that play, just run out of bounds and avoiding the contact.
Second down coming up.
Well, after not getting a thing done on first down, it's second and long from the 24. Looking for room, it's Giddens. Really nice job to squirt his way up to the 31-yard line.
Listen, you got to be able to know what play to call and what hole to go through. Like the line blocks for a certain hole. Good job getting through the hole, getting what was blocked, getting a nice positive gain, making your situation really good on the next down.
Big third down coming from their own 31. Defense tries to get off the field. Johnson wants to throw it. He looks that one in nicely. And they reacted well to the completion, but it was too late to keep him from getting the first down. He might have expected to see this DB up in his receiver's kitchen. Instead, nice little zone, and they pick up the first.
Man, offenses are getting so good, Reese, at seeing the holes in the zone, knowing you're in zone, knowing where to sit down, how to make it an easy pitch and catch for the quarterback, and that's what it was on third and short.
That was an eyelash away from being picked off, and that is not the way to set the tone with a near pick on your opening drive.
Oh, that hit him in a bad spot, right in the hands. Great play. You still get a pass breakup, but, man, that could have been an interception by the defender there. Nice break on the football, but secure that big fella and get the six. Get the pick six.
Second and 10 after the previous play. Wide receiver coming across in motion. Caught in the backfield, it's Cephas. And just a short, safe pass play, they pick up a few.
Look, as an offense, we're always going to take completions over incompletions and interceptions. So the offense, they're able to make that third down a little bit more manageable, but honestly, not by much.
They've got a good chunk of ground to cover on third and long from the 41. From the gun, wants to pass. And this sophomore able to wreak some havoc and get the sack.
Man, you talk all week about setting the tone, quieting this crowd. Don't let them get involved. You know how you do that? Get a sack and force a punt on the first possession of the football game. That's a heck of a start for this defense.
Not going to risk a return here. He'll make the fair catch. On first down, here comes this offense. Using his legs, it's Parrish. Not much he could do there. Does pick up 2 to the 34. It has been a season to forget, and honesty compels us to say changes are probably coming.
I'm not sure, but I think Reese Davis just fired a coach. Is that what I heard? I'm pretty sure that's what just happened. Listen, hasn't gone well. You've heard the outside noise continuing to get louder and louder. Haven't met expectations. And this is the business we live in college sports, when you get paid a lot of money to do a job and you don't perform.
Listen, at the end of the day in college football, it's results-oriented. They have lost football games this year, and so all signs right now pointing to them potentially making that change before next season. If they're going to stay competitive and they're going to field the best team and program possible heading into next year, then it looks as though a change is inevitable here.
And good coverage by the defense, just a short gain. Well, he comes up with the reception, but not a lot of room to run after that.
Yeah, and I like the QB doing this. I mean, I'm going to find ways to give him the football and see if he can make a miss. And I'm going to bet most of the time that my guy is a little bit more athletic than that defensive guy. Defense won this battle, but I like trying to get this guy the ball in space.
Tough, physical, hard-nosed running gets it to the 34.
And a nice job by the running back, finding space, getting downhill, making the good run. Great job finishing with his pads.
To the ground and try to move the chains. He's dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 3.
You know when you're playing against a defense of this caliber, you're going to have some sort of balance, right? You can't just drop back and throw it every single play. Nothing going on that last run. They're going to have to find another way to get it going and handing the ball.
And you can give all the credit to the crowd for that one. Offense, no chance, and call for the false start. The Rebels will line up to punt it away. First punt of the day, and he'd love to lock them up close to their goal line. Puts a boot to it. Didn't see a lot of him in that loss last week, only called on twice. And the coverage team down there to touch the ball. No return on this play. Down here for the offense. Johnson looking to throw. And the quarterback goes down at the 11-yard line. The defense coming up big there, and the sack is great, but the secondary deserves some credit too.
No doubt. When you can cover like that in the secondary and drop back in your zone and only rush a few, and you feel comfortable getting home and they're going to get to the quarterback, that is a great feeling, and it's fun to be a defensive coordinator calling the plays. And these little touch passes, man, they're just the easiest completions ever for quarterbacks. Palmer, I bet you would have loved being able to just flip it forward. That counts as to your completion percentage, which is good, and then it's all run after the catch, so pretty easy for a QB.
You wouldn't have been the only All-American in this booth, David, if I were allowed to have push passes when I was playing quarterback. I'll tell you that. It is so hard to defend. It's so hard to seal that edge, especially when this guy's full speed ahead coming around the outside.
Motion from the offense. Wants to throw on first down. Caught in the backfield. It's Johnson. They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there, and still a little ground to cover to pick up the first.
Second down.
Let's see if the offenses can find a little rhythm here in the second. They'll try the run. And he's brought down, but a flag is also down. That penalty moves the ball back 10 yards. We'll replay the down. Second down coming up. He's looking to throw. And there was nowhere to go for this quarterback, and down he goes.
And they've been waiting for something good to happen with respect to getting after the quarterback, right? They're outside of the top 100 in the country in sacks per game, but finally now you see they're generating this pass rush. 3 sacks on the game so far.
On third and long, doesn't need to take the check down. Just gets rid of it before the heat. Forced to just throw it away on third down, and now they face fourth.
Defense has been looking so good on this drive so far. They already set up 3rd and long, and now they take all the throws away down the field. Great job in coverage, great job reading the QB's eyes, so there's nowhere for him to go with it. He's got to throw it away.
He'll be guided out of bounds, but not before a nifty return on that one. And the offense is out on the field with a 1st and goal. They'll try to get it in with the run. And how about that play by that giant, that mountain of a man on the defensive front?
Great job by the defense. Everybody firing off the ball, hitting their guys, holding their gaps, running to the football, nowhere to go.
Defense rolls up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a 2nd and long coming. The run up the middle, trying to steamroll his way in. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
Listen, the offensive coordinator's best friend in the red zone is the running game. Make guys commit near the line of scrimmage so I can throw behind. This defense is good, but I'm going to challenge them. I'm going to try to be the more physical team. I love the play call. I think you keep running the football and stay physical.
Wants to throw for it on 3rd and goal. Snagged on the outside. It's Crease Court. They'll try to salvage a field goal on this drive. Neal boot one from the right hash. He ought to be able to navigate that angle from this distance. And that is no good. And after the miss, guys, the score stays right where it is.
Well, that's one the kicker would like to have back. That's a kick he should be making in his sleep.
Running back searching for a hole. He's dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 3.
Brings up 2nd down.
Not what they had in mind to start this drive. Here comes 2nd and 13. Johnson wants to throw it. And that pass will be jarred loose on 2nd down. That brings up 3rd down. They line up with some serious work to do if they want to convert this one. On 3rd and long, hoping to throw beyond the sticks. And the incomplete pass will bring up 4th down.
3rd and long situations are really hard to convert. The defense knows it's going to be passed. The pass rushers are getting upfield. You're under pressure. You don't have timing. And as a result now, 4th down.
4th down, and the punt team sends it the other way. He'll haul it in right around the logo. Good job by the coverage unit to put a stop to that return. Ole Miss ready to send the offense onto the field. You want to talk about taking the wind out of your sails. Drive the ball down the field and miss the field goal, David.
You know what? Don't leave it up to kickers. Execute better offensively. I think you move the ball nice. You got to keep that in mind. But, Palmer, I think you got to stay aggressive and don't settle for field goals.
Yeah, because you got to know there's just no margin for error right now. You just have got to be able to execute at a higher level.
They give it to him again. Brought down to the ground, but he has enough for the 1st down.
Well, with the weapons this offense has, you knew it was just a matter of time in the run game before someone was going to break a long one. They'd just been running into a wall. They just couldn't seem to find their creases and get enough movement up front. But they finally got it there, picking up the 1st. Let's see what happens next.
He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple.
They're trying to run the football, and there's just nowhere to go for the ball carrier inside. He tried to bounce it to the outside. That linebacker way too fast. He met him there and forced the TFL.
And he got a hand in there, knocks it away, incomplete.
Well, you know what they say, tips lead to picks. And the offense, they're lucky that one wasn't intercepted.
Remember, they missed a field goal on their last drive, but at the very least, they need to get back in field goal range here on 3rd down. Unloads it downfield. He makes a grab. Gets out of bounds after the big play, and they'll be set up in business with a 1st and goal. The clock has stopped, and we've reached the 2-minute warning before halftime. And the Rebels are moving quickly down the field. Looking downfield, it's Dart. Fires into the end zone. Can't make the grab as he was looking for his man right at the goal line.
Well, I love the coverage on defense. In the red zone, everyone's got their eyes on the quarterback, and they're flying to the football, and you saw that there on the incompletion.
They'll give it another shot on 2nd and goal from the 4. They're going to throw it again. And it's picked off at the goal line. And they capitalize not only on the pick, but the great return to give the offense tremendous field position. And it just turns out to be a missed opportunity. You get the ball in the red zone, and you turn it over.
Momentum. It plays a big role for teams and especially for offenses. And when you have chances like that, when you're down in this area of the field, you've got to be able to come away with points. Even if it's not going to be a touchdown, you are not leaving this area of the field without putting at least 3 up on the board. Missed opportunity for the other.
Tell you what, that was a lightning-fast decision. You could tell he knew what he wanted to do right away. Makes the decision, but maybe his footwork wasn't a little bit good, and the pass wasn't where he wanted to put that thing. I know that.
They'll run play action. And he was hit just as he was releasing the pass, and it falls to the ground incomplete.
Doesn't take this defense a lot of time to get to the quarterback, man. They've got speed all over the place. They hit him so quickly, and because of that, the ball falls incomplete.
On 3rd and long, trying to have a big completion here. This time he's got it. He's there to make the stop, but the damage has been done as they pick up the 1st down on the throw and catch. On the run, it's Giddens. 1-step wrap, 2-step squeeze. This junior knows how to get him on the ground. Quick tempo, no huddle offense. 2nd down, clock's running. He's looking to throw. Working that left side now. Makes the grab, and it's enough for the 1st down before he's dragged to the ground.
Well, it's a nice play design there. You're getting the running back involved in the pass game. Quarterback gives it to him early so he can go to work upfield and get the 1st down.
He wants to throw. That's reeled in. It's Giddens. Didn't pick up a lot there. Moved it forward just a few. They'll immediately call timeout.
And listen, I know that wasn't a huge gain. It was positive, but I like doing more of that in today's college football. I'm just going to try to give my playmakers a chance to do damage in space away from all the big boys inside.
Unleashes it. And it'll be incomplete. This defense is physical and pass deep.
Man, that's a big missed opportunity for the running back. I'm trying to find ways to feature this guy and get him the football in space and not just hand it to him all the time. And tell you what, I'm a lot less likely to find those plays if he can't reel in those catches.
On 3rd down, going up top.
Got to give the defense credit on that play, taking everything away, forcing the incompletion. Now it's decision time. 4th and short, and you're in field goal range. What do you do here?
Here comes the field goal unit. And this one is anything but routine. A 48-yard attempt from the right hash. Oh, that one will leave a mark. No good. After the miss, no change in the score.
And that hurts, missing that field goal, especially when you're going up against a defense like this. One of the best in the entire country. You have got to be able to come away with points when you have opportunities.
Trying to escape and get it himself. Oh, it's out. Oh, looks as if the defense got it. And he's brought down, and this defense gets the ball back for its own. And here comes the Kansas State offense back onto the field. We talk about settling for points, but sometimes when you have to settle for nothing, David, it can be demoralizing.
Yeah, and it can definitely be frustrating. And I think it leads you to say maybe I go for it more. But, Jesse, I think this offense just needs to put another drive together and just finish stronger.
Yeah, and be a little bit less predictable, too, especially as they get closer and closer down to the end zone.
Looking to go up top on 1st down. Fires to the end zone. It falls incomplete. He was trying to find his man for 6.
As a quarterback, this is going to be a very tough game. You're going up against one of the top 20 units in the entire country. They know who your primary target is. They're going to be keying on him just like they did that last time, forcing the incompletion.
That completion gets them inside the 10, and the defense is running out of room to defend. Johnson looking to throw. He snares it in the end zone. Touchdown, Wildcats!
And I just love the execution by this offense. Late in the half, man, you want to take the lead. You want to get that momentum on your side, and they do it. They finish it with the passing game. And I'll tell you what, keep that passing game up. You can keep this lead, keep the momentum, and keep putting up numbers.
On the move from inside his 5. And the return man reaches the end of the line, and down he goes. Just over 20 seconds to play here in the half. How aggressive can they afford to be here? He's going to pass. Shoots it to the left. Not in lockstep there with the receiver. Let's see what they've got on second down. From the gun, leaves it on the inside with the back. Really nice gain. Gets it out across the 20. It'll be a first down at the 22. They'll use a timeout right before halftime. Maybe time for 1 or 2 more plays. Time dwindling away as they try to put points on the board right before the half. To the air on first down. Puck. And here's a fumble way behind the line. Everybody needs a little luck, and the offense just got it by falling on that fumble. First half in the books. Time now to join Kevin Connors in our halftime update. Kansas State will kick off as we get things started here in the third quarter. And he takes this from inside the 5. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. The Ole Miss offense ready to go back to work. If they're going to get on top in this game, they're going to have to find a way to get the running game going in the second half.
Agree, so it can create some more balance, some more unpredictability. I feel like this defense has got a good beat on what they're doing, especially if they don't mix it up a little bit. So I do look for a little second half running the football, Palmer, out of this group.
And I think the thing, Dave, is they just got to be more physical. I don't think this is a scheme question about trying different run plays. I think it's up to the big fellas up front. They've just got to make the decision that they're going to be tougher here in the second half so that they can win this game.
Facing a third down and short from the 26. To the air, it's Dart. Keeps looking downfield. They'll move those chains, getting it out to the 29-yard line and trying to get this drive rolling.
You can tell this is a pass play. He has his eyes down the field. He's looking to throw the football. But how nice is it when you got a guy like this that can scramble and go get you a first down? Just really hard to stop from a defensive perspective. You're down. Obviously, at the half, you had a conversation. We got to come out and put points on the board. And, Jesse, it looks like they're going to start with the ground game.
And I love this, David, too. Regardless of whether they're losing or they're winning, come out here and try to be the most physical unit here in the second half. Get this run game established.
A strong tackle and wrap up from the junior. And here comes the offense on second down. He's looking to throw. And the defense gets to the quarterback.
Well, we've seen this offense struggle early in this game, protecting the quarterback. They went in at halftime, thought they'd made the right adjustments, but it's not looking like it right now. They're still having issues keeping this guy standing up straight. Up front, they're just getting beat across the board.
Uncorks it. Rolls it in. At the 35, he's got room. And they explode on that one, and they've got it down to the 22.
Well, how about the offense setting that play up? We've seen earlier in the game a couple shorter throws. They're just trying to suck those safeties closer to the line of scrimmage, anticipating that they would get an opportunity to take a shot. They called the perfect play at the perfect time right there.
That's caught. It's Harris. Touchdown, just made the house call.
One of the reasons this offense is so exciting to watch, they've got guys that are dangerous after the catch. And if this quarterback gets through his progression, David, hits you in stride, these guys will take it to the house.
Man, it's your job to do the rest, right? You hit me in stride where I don't have to stop running. I don't have to break down. It makes it so easy. The connection between quarterback, wide receiver, you can tell this is a good one, and that's why they got 6 on that play.
Kstate has the ball back, and the Power Cat offense returns to the field. The sledding has been tough. Scores have been at a premium, Jesse, and every possession seems like it could switch the momentum of the game.
Yeah, Reese, for this offense, just feels like they just haven't been as physical. For this offensive coordinator, David, he's having to go deep into the playbook just to try to generate a first down.
Well, and the good thing is there's not a ton of game pressure because the other side's not scoring either. But if you can find that one thing get that one positive play, and then maybe you get those juices going, and something can start to build.
Well, no doubt that's where the quarterback wanted to go with the ball from jump, but better job by the defense forcing the incompletion.
They come to the line facing 3rd and long from the 25. Quarterback will audible. Wide receiver shows motion. Johnson wants to throw it. Wide open downfield. And he gets it done on 3rd down. They move the chains, and they'll mark it at the 44.
There's a reason 3rd down is called the money down. What a great find by the quarterback. Great job finding his receiver. At the end of the game, you look at 3rd down percentages. It tells a huge story, and it goes a long way in deciding who wins a football game.
Grab behind the line. It's Cephas. He's brought down quickly. Minimal gain there. Still a bit short of the first down.
We're trying to throw the wide receiver screen to pick up that first down, but the defense just too much speed getting to the ball carrier on that one.
Handoff from the gun. At the 45 on its way. And he found all kinds of room and got it down to the 28.
Yeah, defensively, you better be ready to run east and west when you're playing against this offense in their running game. That time, the offense was able to outflank the defense to the right side for a big play.
Quick strike complete. They make the stop, but there is a flag on the field. We'll see what that's all about. So the decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty. Kansas State really has this drive rolling. Out of the gun, the inside give. He rumbles ahead for 6 inside the 30 to the 28-yard line.
See, they need more runs like that. It's been so few and far between. Defensively, they've been in position. They've been winning their one-on-one battles, getting off of blocks and rallying to the ball carrier. This defense has done a nice job slowing down the run game thus far.
And a good job of coverage by that defense, just a short pickup.
Again, this is a running back that can hurt you running it between the tackles, and he's dangerous out in space. They like to throw it to him out on the perimeter as he picks up a couple of yards there.
On 3rd down, he drops to throw. Catch in the middle, it's Giddens. He's close to the first down, but they're going to mark him just a little short.
Hey, really nice job on defense, too, understanding the situation. It's 3rd down. We're fine giving up completions right there. We're not giving up the first down. We're keeping the football and the ball carrier in front of us, and we're tackling the catch. Awesome job, and now you've set up 4th down.
That's the end of the 3rd quarter. And after 3, we are all tied up.
Going for it on 4th down late in a tie game. This is a huge play. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Got it past the marker. And he's knocked down immediately, but not before he moves the chains. Kansas State back at it after picking up the first down. The give to the back. Headed to the end zone. Touchdown, Kansas State. And they grab the advantage, taking the lead here in the 4th. He'll try to tack on one more.
The best running backs are the guys that can just snip out the end zone. That running back showed you all of his freakish ability on that play.
Lining up to cover the kick after that touchdown drive. Fair catch called for and made. Ole Miss ready to send the offense onto the field. Now they need to put something together to answer that last score.
There's a lot of pressure, too, on this offense to have to execute at a high level. They've got to score points, David, but they can't go too fast because their defense right now is tied.
And I think that's the difficulty being a play caller. Like, I have to balance all of those things. My defense is a little bit tired. I can't put it on the field, but I got to be aggressive because this is a back-and-forth type game, so a lot to process and think about.
There to make the tackle, but the big throw is good enough to give them a first down. Ever since they invented the forward pass, the tight ends have been running the drag and getting the first down.
I think it's because the tight ends is so much versatility. You know, they can block and stay in the formation, or they can release him.
The quarterback bought as much time as he could, but the defense got to him and sacked him.
What a nice answer by this defense. You give up the big play, you respond right back, you get the sack, create some momentum for your side. Nice job by this defense staying with it.
Looking to throw, it's Dart. Using the back as a receiver on the screen. Not a whole lot of room there on that screen pass as it just never developed.
Screen pass just not working there. You figure at this point of the game, trailing, you're going to have to be more aggressive and take some shots. You usually run screen passes when you think there's going to be a blitz, but because the defense has the lead, they're just sitting back and playing big zones.
And they couldn't hold off the heat, and he goes down with the sack.
And giving up 3 sacks a week ago, now you've already given up 4 sacks. They got to find a way to protect their quarterback. Give him a little bit more time.
The Rebels will bring the punt team onto the field. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. Makes a move. Tries to find a little more running room on that return, but he'll be stopped at the 36. And here comes the Kansas State offense back onto the field. How about the way they attacked the last time they had the ball, mixing run and pass and winding up in the end zone, Jesse?
That's why recruiting is so important. They've got weapons at every skill position on the field. Any of these guys is dangerous if they touch the football. Let's see what they do on this drive, David.
And so, Palmer, I got to take away something. I can't let them have everything and have success. I got to be aggressive against the run or play for the pass. I can't give them everything.
After the 3-yard pickup, they come to the line, 2nd and 7. Quarterback reacting to what the D is showing. Dialing up a second down pass play. That pass is incomplete, and they're probably fortunate that it wasn't knocked free for a fumble.
It's hard throwing in the pocket, man. You got bodies and 300-pound dudes falling all over the place. They're trying to hit you. That time, the pressure got to them, and they forced the incompletion.
Grab near the marker. It's Cephas. And he's to the 48-yard line. That'll be good enough for a first down.
And they did everything right in this 4-minute type situation, trying to bleed the clock. First you get the completion, then you get the first down, and you stay in bounds. You could not execute that play any better.
The give as they work on that clock. Makes that one pay off, and they finally get him down at the 38. It'll be first down.
First down, you know you always want to establish the running game. How about this offense? Nothing fancy. Run the football, be physical, get a big gain.
We've reached the 2-minute warning in this offense, trying to milk this clock and keep time on their side. The Wildcats look to keep this drive humming. They go to the ground. And how about the efficiency on that one? It'll bring up 2nd and 4. Timeout called there by the defense, desperate to get the ball back and save as much time as possible. Now on second down, and we'll probably see another run, and that might do it if they can get a first down. To the ground with the back. Brought to the ground, but not before getting enough for the first down.
Yeah, it's make or break time for this defense now. They got to get a stop, and if that's bringing more bodies in, bringing more beef in, they're running the football right up the gut, right at you. They're not going to throw the football in this situation. Time to be more physical and get this big stop.
And the Wildcats getting set on 1st and 10. They'll leave it with him. And maybe they want to try somewhere else because there is nothing doing in the middle of this defense. Defense uses a timeout quickly, trying to get that ball back and preserve time for their offense. Ordinarily on 2nd and 10, you might look past, but here you just want to keep that clock moving. The give to the back. A solid pickup there before the defense is able to make the stop. Quick timeout called by the defense, stopping the clock to save as much time as possible for their offense. Ball is at the 20. They'll try to convert this 3rd and short. Keeping it on the ground with the running back. Really nice run there. Good, solid pickup, and they'll move the sticks with a first down.
These situations are preached so much in college football. Finishing a game strong, understanding circumstances. They are running the football right at you, trying to keep that clock moving, get a few first downs, and get a W.
You want to talk about building confidence? Coming through with clutch plays, making the winning plays at the right time can really set the course for the rest of the season.
Yeah, Reese, maturity and experience matters, and this team has guys that have played a lot of snaps, they've seen a lot of looks, and they've lost close games like this in the past. That wasn't the case today, David. Too many guys out there making big-time plays.
And I think belief is what you build. That